Oh my goodness gracious, everybody. What a long day for me. And I just did a shorty video, kind of, to get attention on my channel so people can start watching my channel and follow my channel. But when you do those Instagram and Facebook postings, they're only usually 3-minute videos. So it's hard to talk about a lot of stuff. But I'm going to add this video to my collection today because Brian and I rode around today together doing work together in the electric vehicles. But at the same time, I was able to pull off getting myself out of this ridiculous Loudoun County's personal property tax bill that's been dragging on me now for quite a while. So the good news is I'm going to be able to get my trucks all updated in registration, because once they show I've made good on the debts of me having past due taxes, then the DMV opens the door for me to then update my registration. And as you can see, a lot of my vehicles have dead registrations because I owed a lot of money to county. I owed like $22,000 of back taxes for 2024 for all my cars and trucks and motorcycles. And what's sad is a lot of those vehicles are gone. So those vehicles are gone, but it doesn't matter. Since they sat in the property for X amount of time, I still have to pay for them. So you don't escape because you sell your car, you don't have it anymore, that you escape the taxes owed from the previous year or this year as well. I mean, if I was to sell my Camaro right now today, they're still going to be billing me for the first half of the year for this Camaro. It's just really so bad that this state has to abuse the tax laws and just take every cent they can from the consumer and the person who lives in our state. And that's why so many people in this state skate the system. It's huge. It's huge. People are going to Montana, they're going to Maine, they're going to Florida, they're going to Tennessee. People are registering their vehicles out of this county and state because the state is so brutal on making you pay taxes that other states don't penalize you that way. So it just really creates a big cheat system of how people try to skate the system. And so if you think it through, could the county and the state think of a better way to manage these, to manage how they penalize people for owning cars? But the good news is for me, I'm getting a smaller fleet of vehicles, and for that reason, the county won't write off of my money. I have paid Loudoun County, I can guarantee you, probably $500,000 in all the years I've lived here on taxes on my vehicles. I one year paid $80,000 in personal property tax for all my cars and trucks and motorcycles because I had so many in one year. It's radical stuff, everybody. And when you have them in your business name, you pay 100% of the tax rate. When you have a personal name, then you get a break. They give you a 50% discount, but it still adds up. And so, once again, I'm just sharing on my channel that this was a huge challenge. I was starting to get very nasty notices from the county that if I don't get these things resolved by the end of this month, then I'm going to be in court. And the judge is looking at me going, okay, buddy, you got a choice. You come to the table and pay us, or I guess we're going to have to lock you up. So that's what that whole conversation was about me saying I'm going to jail, is because if I couldn't have dug up the $20,000, that wasn't easy. So for the record, that I had to borrow that money. So if anybody thinks, oh, this guy just had $22,000 stashed away, no, I had to go borrow it. I just borrowed $22,000 that I have to pay back in 24 weeks. Yeah, so now I got a $4,000 a month debt just paying back because you have to pay interest on the freaking money I just borrowed. So now I got a $4,000 a month debt added on to everything else just to appease Loudoun County, Virginia. And that's why, in so many ways, sometimes you just feel like throwing your arms up in the air and say, screw it. Just get rid of all this stuff. And for everybody who makes tons of money off of me, it's like, I've had my day. Oh, well, c'est la vie. And just go down to a few cars, few trucks, and then I'm out with everything, because all I do is feed the machine of the greed of mankind like never seen on these materialistic things that are ridiculous. And so also, I'm going to give you a little heads up of the whole motorcycle thing. It's not going to change. So Timber Honda reached out to me, and they put a spreadsheet together for me. And I talk about this in my video today, just so you know. And I'm not going to go into great detail right now. I'm going into more great detail later. But the bottom line is, none of this stuff's going anywhere. The only reason any of this stuff will go anywhere from this point on is I just tell the bank to come get it and chase me for the difference. So stay tuned for those conversations. I'm taking the truck up to the dealership in the morning to get the oil service and tires rotated. And then I got to finagle getting this truck home, drop off the Lightning truck, but I got to work on that truck tomorrow around the Beltway and take care of business. When I come back in, I'll just drop it off. This Lightning truck is a really nice vehicle. I'll probably end up keeping it because it's such a great vehicle. I'll probably end up sacrificing the race truck over this. People are like, why would you do that? Because the race truck's a cool truck, not practical. This is so much more practical. Yeah, is this more money? It isn't more money if you factor that if I drove around this and all the gas I'd burn up in it. And it just isn't practical. So at the end of the day, you know, I'll have to evaluate how I can keep this or I can't. But once again, more in-depth conversations tomorrow that I'll talk to you guys about. And you'll get to see some really good video today of me driving around in DC, Brian, working on the surface. I'm not going to share with you every single little detail of everything I do all day long, but you get a little better idea of what I do. And I think you'll enjoy it. So stay tuned for that as well as I upload videos and download videos. Stay tuned. God bless.